In 2014, Ellen DeGeneres broke the record for the most retweeted tweet of all time. The tweet was a selfie with some of Hollywood's biggest stars, generating so much traffic that it not only broke the retweet record, but according to CBS News in 2014, broke Twitter itself for over 20 minutes. The record stood until a few months ago, when Carter Wilkerson, a teenager from Nevada, tweeted at Wendy's, asking how many retweets he needed for a year's supply of chicken nuggets. Wendy's replied, 18 million. Well, Carter screenshotted the conversation and posted it to Twitter with the caption, "Help me please, a man needs his nugs." The photo became a viral sensation, along with the hashtag #NugsForCarter, getting attention from corporations like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Now, while he didn't quite reach 18 million, he did beat Ellen's record by several 100,000. So, Carter got his nugs, and Wendy's got an enormous amount of free publicity. And they did it by knowing how to market on social media. In fact, corporations have been using social media as a marketing tool for nearly a decade, and its use has permanently changed the relationship between consumer and corporation. So today, let's power on as we learn the history of social media marketing. Then we'll swipe into its application today before finally tapping into the implications of one of the biggest trends affecting consumers today. Now, I know when you do informative, you're never supposed to lose the attention of your audience. The problem is, statistically speaking, I already have. The human attention span is drastically short. The New York Times in a 2016 article explains, the human attention span is 8 seconds, down from 12 in the year 2000. We now have a shorter attention span than goldfish. The sad truth is, we as a people lose attention very quickly, and will often seek out ways to avoid looking at the things that we don't want to see, like an advertisement. In the past, marketing was much easier because people were forced to listen to or watch advertisements. Television commercials couldn't be skipped, the radio didn't have a fast-forward feature, and the newspaper didn't have an option to toggle advertisements. But, as a Harvard Business Review in 2016 notes, the rise of new technologies that allowed audiences to opt out of ads, from cable networks to DVRs and then the internet, made it much harder for brands to buy fame. Now, they had to compete directly with real entertainment. Companies realized that in order for their audience to listen, they had to make advertisements that consumers actually wanted to see. The result? Companies started combining entertainment and advertisement together, creating content that's entertaining and, as a result, would be spread by users. During this time, social media was emerging as a prominent new way of communication, and marketing on social media brought two key advantages over marketing on traditional media platforms: specified demographics and user engagement. First, on traditional media channels such as radio or television, advertisers can't specify the audience that they market towards. But on social media, there is a plethora of user information that can be utilized. This information creates an online directory of sorts, where advertisers can sift through billions of accounts, plucking specific audiences based off of key demographic information, personality, or interests. Second, users are able to engage with these advertisements through likes, retweets, and shares, perpetually spreading and reaching more people, stretching the value of each dollar spent on a marketing campaign. So, in order to understand how advertisers market on social media, let's swipe into the mind of a company and learn 3 key marketing tactics that are used today. Number 1, by relating to current events and trends, or as social media guru Gary Vaynerchuk calls it, riding the hashtag. Companies release statements or support movements to market their brand in a positive light. And by pivoting off of the news, they maximize the possibility that the post will be seen or shared. For example, the hashtag #LoveWins was one of the most popular hashtags of the past several years, getting tweeted over 10 million times after the Supreme Court ruled same-sex marriage illegal in 2015. Numerous companies, from Coca-Cola to Target, to even organizations like the White House, tweeted out using the hashtag. Number 2, through quirky and unique advertisements. As users scroll down their feeds, it's important to create a piece of content that stands out. The most apparent example of this is Super Bowl advertisements, with their unique an unconventional style of humor. Some of the most popular Super Bowl advertisements include Budweiser's, "What's that?" Mountain Dew's, "Puppy, Monkey, Baby," and Wendy's infamous, "Where's the Beef" commercials. Now, although these are television advertisements, they have a profound impact on social networks. A study published in 2015 from Haymarket Media found that just a day after Super Bowl 49, Super Bowl advertisements were viewed over 180 million times across Facebook and YouTube. Number 3, through the use of social influencers. Now, a social influencer is anyone that has a large presence online because the content that they create influences the ideas and opinions of their followers. This type of advertising is effective because the consumer begins to associate something that they enjoy, their favorite model or celebrity, with the brand. These 3 marketing tactics, as well as many others, have proved to be hugely successful on social media, boosting overall sales and improving the value of their brand. Since the beginning of Facebook and early social networks, the size and importance of social media in our daily lives has continued to grow. Because of this, a strong social media presence is imperative to the success of a business. As the International Business Times in a 2013 article points out, of the top 10 factors that correlate with a strong Google organic search, 7 of which are social media dependent, meaning that if advertisers aren't active on social media, they tend to show up less on Google searches. And advertisers aren't active on just one platform. A study published in 2013 from the think tank L2 found that on average, most top brands are active on 5 to 9 social media platforms. Today, it is apparent that social media has cemented itself as both the cornerstone of our daily lives and as a prominent avenue for marketing. But what's concerning are some of the ethical issues surrounding this new trend. So let's tap into 2 key implications of social media marketing: data collection and subliminal advertising. First, in order for advertisers to target specific audiences, social networks collect data on their users. This data is then sold to marketing agencies and data brokers, a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits off of the sale of your personal information. An industry with nearly no governmental oversight or even consumer awareness. One of the largest data brokerage firms, Axon, has claimed to have over 1,500 pieces of unique information on over 200 million Americans, which would be nearly 2/3 of everyone watching this video. As former Federal Trade Commissioner Julie Brill concerningly notes in a 2014 60 Minutes interview, we have lost control of our most personal information. The second implication is the rise of subliminal advertising. As entertainment and advertisement continue to blend together, marketing becomes more discreet. In the future, people may not be aware that they are being advertised to. In fact, remember the Ellen selfie? It seemed like just a fun thing they did during the Oscars, but in reality, it was a cleverly rehearsed marketing stunt. Samsung was the official sponsor of the Oscars, and Ellen used a Samsung phone that was preset to snap the photo. The marketing impact that the selfie had was so significant, the public relations firm that handles Samsung acknowledged that its marketing value was over $1 billion. This was all for a simple bit that was so discreet. Many people were completely unaware it was an advertisement. So perhaps Ellen's selfie had deeper intentions than face value. But by simply being aware that the issue is going on, we as consumers can take steps to better protect our privacy. Today, we powered on and learned the history of social media marketing, then swiped into the mind of a company, learned 3 key marketing tactics and their application today, and finally began to tap into some of the concerning implications. While we as consumers can take steps to better protect our privacy, the issue is media is unpredictable. Just like after the introduction of social media, companies are going to adapt to a changing landscape. So nothing is guaranteed. Except for one thing. I could really go for some Wendy's chicken nuggets right about now. Would you?